I want to share with you one rule today that when I implemented, it completely changed my work life. It completely changed my results, which is the most important. And if you are a person who thinks that you are actually doing so much and you are learning so much every day, but you are still not getting results, that might be a video for you. At some point in my entrepreneurial life, I was signed up to at least 2 or 3 webinars a day. And you know what? I was actually attending those webinars. I was learning, I was taking notes, I was trying to look up all the applications that were recommended, I was trying to apply everything that was recommended in these webinars. And I thought that I am working so hard and I couldn't see any results coming out of it. It was so frustrating. It was so annoying and I was so tired. At some point I actually started thinking about going back to work because I didn't believe anymore that I can do it and I can pull it up. There was one moment when I realized that it's going a little bit crazy because I noticed that there is about 30 emails coming to me, to my email box every day from all of those webinars, from all of those entrepreneurs that were trying to teach me something. And then I realized I am not even able to read them all. I'm not even able to read all the tips that I'm getting from their fantastic emails because I can't say anything about them. They were fantastic. They were teaching me things that were working for their business. So why wasn't it working for me? Well, it wasn't working for me because I was trying to do everything at the same time. I was trying to apply all the advice. I was trying to apply all the strategies at the same time. It's never going to work because some strategies just don't go together. Maybe they take too much time together in order to actually make them work. And sometimes when I was loaded with work, loaded with tasks, I wasn't able to even finish one of them because I just couldn't see the light in the tunnel because I couldn't see. And I started losing faith. So one thing that I started doing after realizing that 30 emails a day is not going to do well, I started unsubscribing from all of those emails. And at some point, I seriously was unsubscribed from every single thing that I ever subscribed to. And my thinking behind it was pretty simple. I thought that if this is something that I really need right now, I probably will come across that again. I probably will see that again somewhere and then I will sign up, but with one question, or actually after asking myself one question, will I have time in order to see that webinar, implement the tasks from the webinar, and after that, when I've noticed that in my email box there's only 1 or 2 emails that are coming every day or maybe every week, and they're giving me very important tips that I can actually use right now because they're relevant to what I'm doing right now. This was the moment when I started seeing results. That was the moment when, first of all, I was able to actually fulfill all the tasks. My to-do lists weren't scaring me anymore. And also, I started seeing results because I was able to finish one process, one strategy from step 1 to step 10 or step 20 or step 30. I was able to do it the best I could and then I was able to see the results after that. So my tip for you today is, first of all, unsubscribe from everything, every single thing that you have subscribed to recently. Okay, if there's 1 or 2 or 3, maximum 3 things that you're following right now, stay subscribed because maybe this is something that's going to be helpful. But if you see yourself after a month not even checking those emails, delete them and unsubscribe because this is taking your mind power out of the tasks that you're doing right now. Tip number 2, one strategy. Pick one strategy, and if you don't know how to pick it, how to do it, pick the one that is going to be the easiest to fulfill at the very beginning. Pick the one that you understand the most. Pick the one that you have the skills for. So you can do your tasks from the task number 1 to task number 10 or 20 or 30 or 50. So it is done from the very beginning to the very end. Tip number 3, start doing and start implementing. Every day, take at least an hour. But if you can take more, take 2 hours or 3 hours to fulfill this strategy, to fulfill those tasks. And tip number 4, Do not subscribe to new strategies, to new learning until you implement this particular one. And you know what? I know that sometimes you might not like this idea. Maybe you're going to think, oh, I'm going to miss the opportunity. Oh, I'm going to miss something. You say, even if you don't miss it, but you don't have a time to implement it, it's not going to work in your business and it's not going to work for you. It's going to make you feel overwhelmed, stressed, and you will never be able to achieve anything with such a feeling in your brain, in your body, and in your mind. And you know what? I actually started applying this particular rule to books as well. There was a time when I was buying 2, 3, 5, or 7 books at a time, and then I was putting them on the shelf thinking, oh, I have to read them because they're so important and they are going to give me so much information about things that I'm doing right now. And then I never got to do them because on the way there was loads of webinars, there was loads of courses, there was loads of other things that I was doing, and they were just getting really dusty on my shelf and I never ever used them. So now I decided, okay, I have to pull up my socks and then I have to make sure that my bookshelf is full of stuff that I'm using, that is really usable and that is really interesting and relevant to what I'm doing right now. I went through all of the books and I only left the ones that I'm really interested in. And now, listen to this, I'm reading one book and then I implement the knowledge from this book. I don't go back to the next one or to the next one or to the 5th one until I actually have the tasks implemented from this particular book. And that obviously applies to all the self-coaching books or, I don't know, business-orientated books, because these are full of information that I need to use in my business, and these are full of information that I need to apply in my business. Obviously, Terry Pratchett is always in my mind, so if there is any free moment, I'm reading loads of Terry Pratchett books. And I sometimes read a few of them at the same time because I just love them. But I've read them so many times that I actually don't even have to start from the beginning because I know the story. So this doesn't apply to fantasy book or, pleasure books. But if you think about your work-related books, maybe it's worth to apply this particular tip to those books as well. Thank you very much for listening. Entrepreneur's Life by Katarzyna Muniak. It is me. And I hope you liked it. Let me know what is your idea about becoming a little bit more effective or productive every day. I will see you in the next video.